Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pampered Pages, and welcome to this week's reading vlog. I am so excited for this week, but before we get this party started, I have a couple of errands to run and definitely, while we're out, a little bookish peruse. I'm finally home for the afternoon, so you know what that means. It is finally time to talk about my weekly reading plans and all things bookish. Currently, I am reading Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing by Daisy Haites. I started this book in my last reading vlog, if you watched that, and at this moment, I am a little over 100 pages in. I've already cried, but I'm enjoying every emotional bit, and I am looking forward to delving even further into these extravagant relationships and lives. So my first reading goal this week is to finish The Great Undoing, and then, guys, the next book that I am planning on starting and probably finishing, especially if it's anything like the first book, is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I recently finished One Dark Window and I completely devoured this. I cannot believe it sat on my TBR shelf for so long, but I also like to think that my books speak to me when I need them the most, and this one hit all of the vibes I was looking for. Let's do a quick informal review. I was completely mesmerized by the magic system. It felt unique and different, but at the same time familiar. I also love how Rachel Gillig incorporated the magic system into her foreshadowing. For example, let's just flip to a random chapter. The chapter headers have bits of Providence card information as well as text from the old Book of Alders, so you can kind of glean from that where things might go at times. And in regard to the world building, I was left wanting more. I felt like Elspeth when she would ask the nightmare to explain certain things. I mean, thankfully we have Two Twisted Crowns because there's just so much more to learn and I am so excited. In the writing, I was entranced. I loved the interrelatedness of the prose and poetry and how Rachel Gillig structured the dialogue between Elspeth and the nightmare. The story is told from Elspeth's perspective, so you receive and perceive information based on her understandings and perceptions of things. Speaking of Elspeth, the thinning of the veil between her and the nightmare at the end, chef's kiss. Again, I just cannot wait to continue in Two Twisted Crowns. The last thing I'll talk about, the characters. I feel like with some characters, we just caught a glimpse, the tip of an iceberg with some of them, particularly Ione. I have my speculations, so we'll see what happens. Also, the Shepherd King, his history, his presence, how things are going to work with him and the characters. I'm just entranced. I'm mesmerized. I was completely freaking out the last 10 pages, but it was all worth it. I feel like I just word vomited how much I loved One Dark Window, but I truly, truly did. Now that we're all caught up, let's review this week's reading goals, finish Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing, and then start and probably finish Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. So in this moment, I'm going to jump back in and catch up with where I left off with Daisy and the crew.
if it's vital information.
No, I ripped it. Popping in for what I believe is going to be the only reading update I have for you guys today. I am still reading Daisy Haites' The Great Undoing, still enjoying it. Relationships are muddied, and I am very much interested in Julian's perspective. When I was reading Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, the third book, I was very eager to read this book and hear more of his train of thought, especially in regard to his encounters with you-know-who, but that is all I'll say. No spoilers here. My reading goal for tonight is to read 50 pages. I think that is doable. It has been very rainy today. It's finally stopped, but I think just this week in general is going to be very rainy, which should create for some ideal reading weather. But at the same time, that can also create a lot of opportunities for naps. So we'll hope for the best. What else did I want to say? Oh yes, tomorrow is going to be very busy, but I think, oh no, is that a dent? I bent my cover. It's not that noticeable, only in specific lighting. I still know it's there though. Anyways, tomorrow is going to be very busy, but I think tomorrow afternoon I'll have a window of prime reading time. There is also a project that I potentially want to start. It's all going to depend on if I'm able to get the necessary supplies, but I'll touch base more on that tomorrow. For now, I'm going to jump back in and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, I thought that was going to be the last reading update. I'm actually just almost at page 200, and I just read the New Year's Eve scene with Daisy and Christian. That was so cute. I have no idea what's going to happen, but that scene just had me feeling so giddy. Hey, buddy. Did I leave crumbs? Probably. So cute. No one can even see it. Love. It's the next afternoon. I am currently hanging out on my floor. I'll come back to that in just a moment. Little reading update. I'm still reading The Great Undoing. I did surpass my reading goal last night. Let's see. I am on page, at this moment, I was able to read a little bit earlier today. I'm on page 271. I'm very excited to jump back in here in a little bit. I need to make dinner. But first, let's explain why I am on the floor. Behind me, we have this lovely standing desk with a hammock, and I love this hammock. I use it a lot to read in, to chill in, but I've been wanting to up the vibes, up the ambiance a little bit. While we were out today, I picked up some strip lights, and I think this is the route I want to go. I'm not too sure. I want to do a little bit more research, figure out how I want everything to be configured, but I think it would just look so cool with some strip lights underneath. But also while we were out, I did pick up a new book. It's a book I've been seeing a lot of, and it sounds so good. I picked up When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I'll read the blurb to you guys. It says, as an assassin for the rebellion group of Fear Duoth, Rave's job is to complete orders and never get caught. When a rival bounty hunter turns her world upside down, blood spills, hearts break, and Rave finds herself imprisoned by the Guild of Nobles, a group of powerful fae who turn her into a political statement. Crushed by the loss of his great love, Khan Vagor took the head of a king and donned his melted crown. Now on a tireless quest to quell the never-ebbing ache in his chest, a clue lures him into the capital's high-security prison where he stumbles upon the imprisoned Rave. Echoes of the past race between them. There's more to their story than meets the eye, but some truths are too poisonous to swallow. Sounds so good. It definitely looks like a time commitment. It's rather thick, but I think I'm going to really like it. I was flipping through it when we were in Costco, and there's a map, there is a glossary, there's a character list, there's a pronunciation guide, and the dedication low-key kind of also what got me. It reads, "For those who feel small and quiet, spread those wings and soar." I'm ready to soar into this book. I'm not sure when, but I'm very excited to start it at some point. There is the current update. Going to be jumping back into this, looking more into that, eating some dinner. Oh, also, let's talk about tomorrow a little bit. It's going to be another busy day. We have a vet appointment in the morning, and then tomorrow afternoon into the evening, my sister and I are going to be having a Bridgerton watch party. I picked up some snacks for that today. I'm very excited. I'm going to try to get a little bit of reading done tomorrow afternoon. In between then, I'm honestly not too sure if any reading's going to get done tomorrow. It's just going to be an action-packed, very busy day. Okay guys, I am calling it for the evening. I'm going to still be reading, but in terms of doing stuff, I am retiring. I forgot to mention this in my last update. This is going to be a spoiler, so here is the timestamp. Okay, so when Daisy breaks up with Killian, that whole entire scene, I thought people were going to get hurt. That was wild, and I'm a little afraid that he might retaliate in some way since he knows some things. Killian, that is. Okay, now I'm officially going to jump in. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Okay, ready to go to the vets? Watching Dad. Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, dearest gentle readers, and happy Bridgerton Day! I'm about to head out to go over to my sister's to have our Bridgerton watch party, and I thought I'd show you what I'm bringing. Here is my contribution for this evening's party. I am bringing a lemon mini sheet cake. Everything that I'm bringing is from Trader Joe's. I haven't had the lemon sheet cake before. I've had the vanilla. I think we've had the chocolate one. Definitely the vanilla. And then I'm also going to bring some of the tortilla chips, the chili and lime flavored ones. These are my favorite. And then, because I couldn't decide, I'm also going to bring some strawberry kettle popcorn. That is everything I will be bringing, complete with my invitation. So let's get this show on the road. I forgot to mention that for tonight, we decided that for our theme, we would do business up top, party down below, or vice versa, depending on how you look at it. Basically, we decided that we would do our hair, but wear really comfy clothes for our watch party. However, the look is not yet complete because it wouldn't be a Bridgerton watch party without a diamond of the season. Hello. Welcome to Friday. I probably ended up getting maybe 3-ish hours of sleep last night. I practically pulled an all-nighter, but it was worth it. A core memory for the year for sure. Right now, my current state, my mind feels like it's at the finish line, but my body still feels like I'm at the starting line. However, the day is young-ish, and my reading morale is high. I'm still reading The Great Undoing. I honestly probably read only a couple of chapters yesterday. I just calculated I have 170 pages left, so let's reevaluate these reading goals for the week. I am determined actually to finish The Great Undoing today, and I know I said I'd probably finish Two Twisted Crowns, but I for sure at least want to start Two Twisted Crowns, which was the initial goal. Right now I have a few hours. I have a solid reading window, so I'm going to set myself a 60-minute timer. Love timers. I have my reading ambiance going strong. I'm feeling optimistic, so let's get this timer started and see what we can accomplish. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's do this. You couldn't even see that. You know it's at 60 minutes. Let's read. About 20 pages into this reading sesh. Oh my goodness, that scene was just very emotional. I did not see that coming. Wait a moment. Something just happened that I did not see coming, but I think I know where this is going, and I'm nervous. Another update. I don't know what's happening, but these chapters are just getting me right in the feels. I'm loving it though. I think I know why. Well, I had a hunch, but I think I know why I keep seeing people make comments about how they want a book for Julian, because the conversation that I just read between him and Daisy, I'm not gonna get through this book without several more tearing up sessions. The hour is up. It just started to rain. I think it's probably about to stop, but I have read 54 pages. I am on chapter 50. The last chapter I read though was good. The humor was on point, but things are definitely happening, dangerous things, and I'm in it. But I'm going to set another 60-minute timer, and then I'll touch base. A lot's going to happen though. I just know it. This next hour is going to be wild. Chapter 52. I love the art analogies that Daisy and Julian give, but I'm not loving what's about to happen. I have a few minutes left on my timer. I'm currently on chapter 56. Things are going down. The next update you'll see though, I will be done. I've completed Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing, and as I said at the beginning of this reading vlog, the Magnolia Parks universe just keeps getting better and better. I need to know what happens now. All I'll say is that the title of this book rings true in more ways than one. I've heard that there are 2 more books planned for Daisy. I'll have to look a little bit more into that, but I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on it, but the next book in line is Into the Dark, Magnolia Parks, and I believe this is the final book for Magnolia. So this is going to be on my TBR in the very near future, but up next is Two Twisted Crowns. So I'm going to be starting that in just a bit. I need to start dinner, but then you'll see me, not live, but you'll see me very soon with Two Twisted Crowns. I'm still just a little in shock. That was a whirlwind. That was a ride. That was a crazy ride. They just keep getting better and better. But my emotions just keep getting... I don't have words. I just have feels. Lots and lots of feels. Welcome to the final reading update of this vlog. I know I did that in my last video, and for some reason it's just sticking. I am currently several chapters in Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, and some first impressions. I am really liking where things are picking up. It has only been several days since the events in One Dark Window transpired, so that's been really easy to follow. The only difference that I've noticed so far is that in Two Twisted Crowns we are now following multiple POVs, whereas in One Dark Window we just really followed Elspeth and her thoughts. Now we have Raven, Elspeth, and Elm. The writing and imagery, just like in One Dark Window, has been beautiful so far as well. I am really looking forward. I think I mentioned this in the beginning of this vlog. I'm looking forward to seeing how the nightmare now plays into everything. So we will continue along in Two Twisted Crowns this weekend. I'm very excited. And then, as I mentioned, eventually start Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. So, lots of exciting reading plans. With that being said, we have reached the end of this week's reading vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comments below if you have read the Shepherd King duology or if you have finished all of the current publicated books in the Magnolia Parks universe. I'm really enjoying both. I hope you guys have a beautiful week, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you soonish. Bye!